Hello, Aurora HDR fans. How are you? Trey Ratcliff here. I just got back from about a month in Asia. I had a great time. I took like 10,000 photos, and I thought I would come to you with a quick Aurora HDR tip on how to make super reflective reflections. Okay. One of my favorite things about HDR, of course, not only that it makes it alive and more vibrant and full of texture and color and life, right? This is what I like. It just makes me happy. I don't know why. Just like colorful photos just make me happy. I'm a simple creature like that. And sometimes at night, when you have a bit of a wet surface, you can kind of double your HDR pleasure by really amping that up. Okay, you have a lot of artistic license with this tool, so let me just show you how I do that. Okay, so this is just a single raw photo. I brought it right in from Lightroom, and I didn't even tick HDR enhance or tone mapping yet. Okay, I'm going to do that right now, so you see everything from scratch. So I'll begin with the basics, and then I'll show you the reflection. Basically, almost every time I increase HDR enhance like this. All right, and if you just look up at the top, you can see how that's making it nice and textury and rich. And then add a little bit of smart tone in here. Okay, very simple. That's just like level 1. Okay, now we're just gonna go crazy on the reflection. Okay, that's gonna be layer 2. Okay, so I'm gonna hit plus here, add a new adjustment layer. And this is of course a great advantage of Aurora over Lightroom is that you can do layers. And it has basically all the same tools as Lightroom, except it has more. Okay, now this is anything I change is gonna affect the whole picture, but let's just look at the bottom, okay, because we're gonna mask that in at the end. So I'm going to increase HDR enhance here. All right. I'm really going to amp up this smart tone. And here is where the rubber hits the road, down here in image radiance. Okay, so I'm going to amp this up. Now one thing you may notice is that it is getting more reflective, but it's also making the darkers dark. So I'm going to increase that. I'm going to pull up the shadows quite a bit. Maybe even a bit more of the vividness. No, not too much because it looks too cray-cray. Just a little bit, have some fun in there. And there are some nice textures and stuff there. So let's HDR up that a little bit more. Okay, and if you really want to take things to the next level, go here to HDR structure. So I'm going to pull that up. I think it's a little too rough like that, a little too grungy. I'm not a big fan of color combined with grunge, but just a little bit more texture in there should be nice. Those brights are pretty bright, aren't they? So let's go drop those down with the highlights and maybe the whites a little bit. Okay, so now I'm gonna click over here and press B for brush. My brush comes in, starts out at 100%. And I'll just kind of brush down here and really make that ground nice and reflective and alive. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so now we can kind of look a little before and after. Let's say done here. And we can look at a before and after. So you look how the ground has just popped. It's much more reflective, much more alive, much more interesting. All right, so be sure to do that. I went pretty extreme there just to show you an example. You may not choose to go that extreme. That's your choice. Sometimes I do dial it in hardcore. And then if you feel like, oh, it's a little too much, it's a bridge too far, Trey, you can always head down here over to layer 1, and I can change the opacity of that layer, right? I can dial it back, so it's only half strength, half calf, right? Or you can go full calf, whatever you want. Caffeinate your photo with colors all you want to. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Keep taking photos, sharing them with the Aurora HDR group. I pop in there every now and then. It's great to see so many people having fun with this tool. All right, love you guys, and see you soon.